Hi, I'm Tom Glover. I head up the data center practice for transactions for JLL across EMEA.
Thank you so much for your time today to share your thoughts on the data center industry generally. So let's start off with the trends in the market.
It's growth, growth, growth. One of the big observations of the last 12 months is the sheer volume of pre-leases within the data center co-location communities. Before it's been built, it's been consumed, it's been agreed to be pre-leased. And we're talking hundreds of megawatts of capacity that is being built. And the day that the site is commissioned and goes live, customers are moving in. Obviously, the sustainability angle continues to be a hot topic within the industry, as does talent acquisition. Today, we see far more women involved in technology, not just in the data center industry, but just across the tech stack.
Women in tech is something that's close to my heart. I've met a lot of wonderful women and interviewed them as well about just what we can do more of. Do you think that there's something more that the industry itself can be doing to encourage more women to look at the sector?
I can say this from a personal point of view. The diversity that is starting to evolve in this sector is bringing a fresh perspective that I have seen bring about significant improvements in how the industry is perceived, how the industry operates, and how the industry is growing. So I think you need to recognize the value of a diverse community. What can we do more of? I think one of the observations of this event is the Women Technology Forum, the Infrastructure Masons, having events where women can come together and talk about their experiences, share their knowledge. I look at our data center team, we've got a really good blend of male to female ratio. You look at the leader of our team, Sue Asprey-Price. Sue doesn't just head up data centers, she heads up a whole line of JLL's business across Europe, Middle East, and Africa. There are lots of good examples. Val Walsh and Microsoft could go on and on of seeing the right talent. And that's ultimately what it needs to be about. It's about putting the best people. And we've now got a bigger, wider talent pool because we're starting as an industry to encourage that sort of behavior.
I think there was nearly 200 women that attended that event. And the one consistent message is that every woman I've talked to has been positive. From my experience, their experience, the industry itself has been so welcoming.
I mean, the industry is fantastic. And the more people we can attract, the better. And it starts at the grassroots. I'm seeing companies like Virtus, like CyrusOne, taking some lead roles in that, where they're going into schools, where they're running little competitions, and the prize they win is to go into a data center. We need more of that to encourage and to open up the doors. It's an amazing sector. And often people see it as this secretive society almost. We need to crash those barriers. As a sector, we should open those doors, bring the next generation in. Another guy that's big for this is Lex Kors in digital realty. One of his mantras is, how are we going to bring in the next group of mechanical, electrical design engineers that can bring those innovative technologies that will improve sustainability and make it a reality of our industry.
Are you seeing fast enough investment, development, R&D, and sustainability in this industry?
What I have seen in the last 10 years, in the last decade, is that it is now priority number one. This is probably where it's really important. It's on the financing side as well, on the investment criteria, where investments, the funds are taking a very serious position on how does your business model ensure we are putting our money into a sustainable future for our planet. One of the biggest barriers to entry in this sector is finance, is capital. It's expensive. I think that there are evolving technologies. I am surprised they haven't been adopted more. Things like liquid immersive cooling, technologies that remove a significant component of the infrastructure costs and the environmental costs from a data center.
I was talking to a company, Atrium, they're doing a project, 70% reduction in the footprint by going to incredible.
Companies like Silver Falcon in the Netherlands. Amsterdam, one of their first sites, is going up at the moment. The actual data center's design has been done to be flexible, takes into account liquid immersive cooling to those high kilowatts per box, per container, load bearings, load weights. All that's into the design of this facility that they're putting up today. So I'm seeing small instances at the grassroots, the finance, the design, and the construction starting to come through now. But there's still a way to go. Just going to pause there and give you another thing that I love. If ever you get the chance to do a site tour in Frankfurt of the Digital Realty campus there, it is a journey through history. You go through the first hall through to the 20-something hall, and that takes you through a history of data centers that spans, I'm going to say 15, Volker's probably going to say no, it's 20 years. And it's wonderful because you see all these older technologies. They've put the carbon footprint on the ground, it's there, but they have obviously improved the physical, mechanical, electrical setups, but you still get to see how the data center, the floor, the ceiling height, where the PDUs sit within the facility. And the reason it's evolved is because they've taken technologies to make them more and more efficient. And you see how they've done it. And that's, I just wanted to, it's wonderful.
Well, if they happen to watch this video, and when I'm next in Frankfurt, I'm going to reach out to them.
Absolutely, a great company.
Well, Tom, actually, you've given us a lot, so thank you very much for your time today.
I'm going to put my shorts, my t-shirt on, and I'm getting out. I'm here.
It's been a long 3 days.
It's been brilliant. I mean, this event has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Every year I come to it, I meet new people, I see new faces, yourself. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for asking me to do this.
Thank you for giving me